Okay. Hi guys, my name is Kathy and welcome to my room and my plant tour. Welcome to my room. We recently renovated this over quarantine, and before it looked like this, with pink and yellow walls, dirty white carpeting, so I believe that it was time to give my room a serious makeover. When I was planning out what to do with my room, I knew I wanted it to be a more neutral room, not the crazy garish room that I had before, so I chose the colors light gray, white, this light wood color, and of course, green. The room has a big south-facing window, which brings enough light in to support all of my plants and makes the room really inviting and cozy during the day, albeit a little hot. I have about 55 plants, so let's start the plant tour. Near the door are 2 floor plants, which are a alocasia poly and a rhaphidophora tetrasperma. Next to that is this ladder structure, which is the home of most of my plants that are either in rehab, aren't looking so great, or are dependable enough that I don't need to look after them as much. And I also supplement this part with artificial lighting. Starting off with my rattlesnake calathea, very pretty, still putting out some new growth. And next is my variegated hoya carnosa compacta. His name is Tamal from the Great British Bake Off. This is my red prayer plant. Her name is Miranda, and this is one of my first plants, so she's very special to me. This is a cool plant. It's an albuca spiralis, or frizzle sizzle. It has these cute little loops at the end of it. This is my only spider plant. I just potted it after propagating. And next to that is a pilea peperomioides, or Chinese money plant. This is my calathea rosy, or rosy picta. It got a little sunburnt and it hasn't been doing so well, but I'm hoping that it'll recover. Next to that is my zenzi plant, which is very cool. I have another zenzi plant as well, and a wide form monstera adansonii. Below that is one of my 2 parlor palms. This is the smaller one of them, and my polka dot plant, which has a bunch of different colors in it. Next to that is a green syngonium arrowhead plant. And below that is a very sad cebu blue. It rotted out when I first got it, and it has spider mites now, still working on it. And a philodendron moonlight that is finally, after rehab, putting out a new leaf. Next is an even sadder raven zenzi, which was shipped to me bare roots, but when I planted it, it rotted out, so I had to perform an emergency operation on it, cut off all its rotted rhizome and roots, and I hope that a new shoot will come out soon out of the remaining rhizome. Above my armchair is a circle shelf unit from Amazon that I put a few plants on, such as my philodendron micans. I love this plant, and it's grown so much since I've had it. And next is a air plant. I only have a few of these, but they're very cool, very low maintenance, and good decoration as well. And beside it is a tradescantia zebrina. Just a little guy for a terrarium, but I put him up here. And these are some assorted succulents that were my boyfriend's, but he didn't treat it that well. The top part of one broke off, and they were exfoliating, so they are also sort of at rehab. They're doing a lot better. Next to that is my variegated string of hearts. This guy grows like crazy and I want to propagate it soon. And it's sitting by an air plant, a peperomia frost, and a variegated string of pearls. My room is pretty small, so it doesn't have a lot of space for furniture, but I did manage to squeeze this armchair in and I love it. It's my favorite place to sit and read a book. It's sitting next to my desk, which I've put up a few pictures, a few prints, and some Polaroids from my time in college. And I've also put up this little shelf that stores a few books and this pink syngonium. I think it's really useful when you have a lot of plants to vary the heights which they're at so it doesn't look like you've crammed 60 plants into a room when really you have. On my desk, I have a pink rubber tree, a parlor palm, and the begonia maculata wightii. I don't have too many plants on my desk because I need space to do things like study, but I do have a few. The other three are a calathea dotty, a zenzi plant, and a plumosa fern. Moving on to this plant stand, which is right by the window but covered by a sheer curtain so that none of my plants burn. This is where I house a lot of calatheas and other plants that benefit from the indirect sunlight. The first plant on the stand is a tradescantia nanuk, which is the pink form of the purple one I showed earlier. And below it is a string of turtles, which is super cute and has grown more distinct markings as it's been with me. Next to that is another air plant and a Maculata petola jewel orchid, or lightning leaves. I love this plant. It's so cool. This is a burrow's tail succulent, which was one of the first plants that I ever got, and I really love it even though it drops a lot of leaves everywhere. Behind it is a cebu blue and a Norfolk island pine, which I've decorated in the spirit of Christmas, and I think it'd be a really cute little Christmas tree. This is another philodendron, a Philodendron Macaulay finale. And this is my Sansevieria whalefin, one of the only snake plants that I have. And next to it is a little burgundy rubber tree. Going down, we have a Calathea ornata pinstripe, which is one of the many calatheas that I have down here. Next door is a Stromanthi triostar and a Calathea orbifolia, which is a new plant for me. Behind that is a Calathea mosaica, which got a little bit too burnt and dry at one point, but it's recovering nicely. And next to that is a starfish Sansevieria, my other snake plant. Here we have a Ludicea discolor, my other jewel orchid. And next to it is a lemon lime philodendron, which I may or may not hang up later if I find a cute enough pot for it. This beautiful plant is a philodendron Birkin. He lives on my bedside table, and next to him on the floor is a juvenile monstera deliciosa. I have two shelves above my bed that also host plants and act as a good focal point for that wall. This is a rickrack cactus, or fishbone cactus. I love the form of it. I think it's super unique as a hanging plant, and I think it's a little more unique than something like a pothos. Next to that is a zebra hawthornia, which is one of my only succulents, and a pothos enjoy. On the other shelf, we have a monstera adansonii narrow form. That's probably going to be the first plant to touch my head when I sleep. It's getting super long. Next to that is a Hoya carnosa compacta non-variegated form, and another Calathea, Calathea leopardina. So you may ask, how do I water these plants without getting the water all over my bed? How do I keep my bed clean? And do I kick them when I sleep? Answer is that most of these are in nursery pots. So the ones in macrame I can just take out to water. The ones in nursery pots, these don't have any drainage, so I can just take these out. And the two on the ends, I can just unhook and they'll be fine. Only one that's a problem is my pothos, which I have to stand underneath it with a bucket whenever I water it to catch all the drips to keep my bed clean. And let's see, do I kick them? No, I'm really not that tall. I'm 5'3". Maybe when they get longer I'll kick them, but till then we're coexisting, at least. This stunning plant is a philodendron brandy. It's one of my newer plants and I love the leaves so much, and I hope that it grows super long and I'll eventually stick it up probably. Next to that is a golden pothos and a jade pothos in one pot. And this is a silver satin pothos or a silver scindapsus. Super pretty, it's grown a lot since I've had it. Beside that is a philodendron longform. This plant has been a little bit of a headache for me. You can see the dots on it, which I don't really know how to get rid of, and I can't see any pests on it. The new foliage also has these dots, so I'm just keeping an eye on it. Next to that is a philodendron Brazil, which is a super easy cure plant, and all the leaves are unique with their variegation. I prefer this kind of variegation to a sort of golden pothos variegation. This is a Hoya carnosa variegata, and next to that is my regular string of hearts. This guy I propagated so it was a little bit more full, and now it's grown super long. This is a mirror from IKEA, and I decorated it with a few plants so that when I take mirror selfies, these can also be in the shot. Two plants are a Dracaena marginata, which I actually got from Home Depot. Super pretty. And this is my big bird of paradise. This is my closet. It has a bunch of hanging clothes and an IKEA storage unit underneath. And I have a few sweaters and some workout clothes folded. This is a hook where I put my tote bags and my mask. These are the Philip Hue light bulbs, and I love them so much. They really set the mood. And of course, this is the plant growth setting. Thank you guys for joining me, and I hope you found a little inspiration to start your own collections or your own plant room. This room has really been a little safe haven for me with all the craziness going on outside, and I hope that you can also find your little happy place. Until next time.